What's up? What's happening? What's going on? K Mega 405 coming to you live from the 405. Well, I'm just your regular gamer talking to the intelligent gamers out there. Man, it has been an explosion of gaming news here in the last 24 hours. Man, I mean, just before I even was getting ready to get started, some news jumped out um about EA could be looking to want to get rid of, or I should say, sell BioWare and Dice. I just seen it before I went live, so I'm probably gonna go to read through it here pretty soon. But man, just it's an insane 24 hours of news going on right now. Also, some more information about how I think that the gaming industry is pretty much cooked in the sense of gamers buying games. There's a guy that does a lot of these stats and studies and pretty trusted throughout the community. He showed like what it's looking like when it comes to the gaming, just the gaming future, about people buying games, and it's not looking very good. On top of that, it's the decline of younger gamers buying games, and companies wanting to raise prices, and so like that's supposed to entice people to want to jump in and play. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Anyway, I guess I'll just start off with something light right now. I mean, as you see right here in the background, this is the Black Ops beta. Been enjoying it. I'm almost at 30. I'm almost at 30 right now. I think I'm like at 28, something like that. So yeah, I'm about to max it out here probably later on this evening or whatever. Been really enjoying it. But the reason why I want to talk about COD is because of something that they're going to be doing here pretty soon. Pretty interesting. Kind of want to go back to it and look at it. Is that basically they are they're changing their playlists. Like they came out with something yesterday where they were talking about that they had like 98% of matches without cheaters on it. So, and that is a big win, so that's really huge. Let's see here. Let me get to where I was going through, because like I said, there was just so much information that was just dropping. Also, there's news about so you got on one end, you have Xbox next gen information, and then you have somebody else that's saying there's some news about Halo, the Assassin's Creed Scarlet thing. Like I said, there's a big thing. But anyway, with the Call of Duty situation going on right now, what they're doing is that Treyarch announces that the Black Ops 7 will have no SBMM playlist as standard for persistent lobbies, both at launch. And so that's a good thing. I believe that Battlefield has that. Not really sure, but all I know is that when I'm playing the matches, as you can see the gameplay, what that means is that like it's a balance system. Like you could go in there and you can wreck shop, but then there's some players in there that's just about as good as you, or maybe even better, and they can light you up. And I've been in that position to where I'm like, oh man, I'm cooking. Like I'm one match, I'm like 17-2 or 3 or something like that, and then I run into the wrong couple, and the next thing you know, I'm getting cooked. So I like that. I mean, I'm cool with that balance. I don't see anything wrong with that whatsoever. I don't see a reason why anybody would be upset about that. I just personally think that that's just a good look. I mean, so as long as it helps with the cheating. And listen, let's just be clear. Tomorrow, in less than 24 hours, and maybe a Battlefield might pop out later on tonight. I have no idea. I think it's set to 10, so I'm just going to say less than 24 hours. Battlefield 6 is dropping, and so that's the new hotness for right now, shooter-wise. And so the cheaters are waiting for that. They're salivating. So hopefully that they fixed a lot of issues with that, because I ran into a ton of cheaters in that beta. Still had a good time, but man, it was great. But it was just like I was bringing up the other day about all the changes, all the changes that they're going to be doing. Like people ain't going to be jumping around like they do in COD and all that, right? So and they're going to slow down the movement a little bit, make it more feel more realistic. So yeah, that's a good look again. So that was just something that I just wanted to kind of talk about because I thought that was pretty cool. This is I guess I'll jump on and talk about the new the new specs for the Xbox, and that's I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Like I said, there's a post of somebody saying, I guess an insider or something. I have no idea. He was saying, yeah, well, it's legit. Xbox is 100% done. It's they're canceling consoles and they're not doing it. You'll get an announcement. Hey, save this post. All right, and then you get something else here that's got a leak from another insider that's talking about what this Xbox is going to have in it, which is kind of crazy. So let's see here. All right. So it says the Xbox Next Gen details leaked for 2027 release, which I said it could definitely come out in 2026, but it'd probably be better for them to come out in 2027. Just for the fact of just wanting to get everything, all the ducks in a row. And then again, if the Xbox doesn't come out, then they got plenty of time to announce that. Also, it's just like for what I mentioned too the other day was that maybe if Xbox is deciding to let other companies make an Xbox for them, then that means that they're not doing it in-house. That could be a possibility as well, and that's how some people may take it to where they're canceling. I don't know. We'll find out. But here's some of the things that they're saying. The largest APU ever used in a console with a 408mm2 chip and 2 chipsets, interconnected small chips. Okay, the CPU with AMD's Zen 6 architecture, GPU with RDNA 5 architecture, and 264 mm2 chipsets shared with future desktop products, graphics cards. Okay, whatever. So then it says up to 48 gigabytes of GDDR7 memory. That's nuts. What's going on, Seppo? What's happening? What's happening with you? Also, it says includes an integrated MPU with 110 tops of power, or I don't know if that's supposed to have been T-flops of power. I mean, I've never heard T-flops in so long, but it says tops of power, so maybe it was T-flops. I don't know. Focused on accelerating AI tasks, which we know that AI is going to be heavily introduced in both consoles for the Xbox and for the PlayStation. So get ready for that. As a matter of fact, the PlayStation Pro is already using a form of AI with the PSSR learning situation, and Xbox already has a learning thing as well too. So anyway, it says expected release in 2027. It could result in a console priced over $800, which I have said this as well. If it's going to come like that, then of course it's going to be insanely expensive. It's not going to be cheap whatsoever. We'll find out. We'll find out. I mean, and this will definitely, if this Xbox do come out, then that's definitely be the last Xbox console. I believe I've been saying that for a while now. So it sounds impressive. Of course, all this stuff to me means nothing. I just want to know how that thing looks, how the games look. I mean, of course, this is information for gearheads out there that really is all into this or whatever. But listen, I did the up to 48 gigabytes of GDDR7 memory is very impressive. I do know that, but and I understand about the the RDNA 5. That's going to be nice or whatever. But again, I'm looking and seeing what they're talking about with the PlayStation, And they're talking about the PlayStation is going to be on the equivalent of, now, I don't know what the latest thing was said, but I just know what they said just about a month or so ago, that the new PlayStation is going to be on the equivalent of a 4080 or, I mean, a 5080 or a 50 something like that, one of the 50 series NVIDIA called GPUs, which I'm like, okay. And they were talking about they're going to price cut. Ain't no way. So just for this right here, yeah, I said it. It would be over $800. But I mean, if you're going to go out and make this the most expensive, I mean, the most powerful console, they're just saying, look, we're gonna hold this down, and we're just, the fact of it is that you're gonna have to pay for it. Then it is what it is. I mean, this is where we at. People are asking, demand for more. What up with you, child of God? What's happening with you, man? A long time no see. Thanks for dropping by. Remember, guys, share this out. I know that I just kind of popped up. I didn't have it set, but every Tuesday, every Thursday, I'm going to do my thoughts. Usually do it around 2:30, but I was drinking some coffee. I like my afternoon coffee like an old man. Anyway, and I was seeing all this news that was just developing, which I'm finna get to, and I'm finna read after I get done with this topic. But yeah, no, I'm excited about it. Sapo said, "God said it would be an equivalent of a 50 series." Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the PlayStation. Yeah. So and if it is going to be the equivalent of a 50 series card, then again, that's not going to be cheap. What up with your parish? What's happening with your fam? Listen, I don't know. I don't know. But if the PlayStation brings out a console that's going to be more powerful than the Pro, which it definitely will, how much it will see. Like I said, it can't, the standard for the new consoles has to be at the minimum of 4070. It has to be at a 4070. It cannot be a 3080. No. It has to be the minimum of a 4070. Or whatever that is. Somebody described that to me last week or a couple of weeks ago, what the AMD GPU is on the equivalent of the 4070. But that has to be the minimum. So anything above that is absolutely fine. Like if you're talking about bringing 4080, 4090 graphics to a console, then bro, I'm all 100% behind that. I just know you're gonna have to pay to play. That's just where we at right now. It's just what's gonna happen. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, child of God. And don't forget to hit that like button. It helps with the algorithm. It does. It definitely does. So appreciate it. So Deshaun, what's up? He says, K Mega, God damn it. we almost had a game where, bro, I'm going to talk about that. That's going to be my last topic. I'm enraged. I'm enraged about it. So it's going to be I'm going to rant my ass off on that one. Oh, yes. The Assassin's Creed, I will definitely get into that. I mean, it's my thumbnail. That's all. Yeah, I will definitely talk about that. Let me see what you guys talk about. Sean said, he said we had a game where we got to take down the KKK after bums were pissed about. Yeah, no. I know. Like I said, that's my last topic. The last thing that I'm going to talk about today. Oh my God. Cause I was going to start with it, but then I was like, nah, I'm going to save it because I'm not going to be as long on everything else. Like I will be on about that. Seppo says, I don't like this or whatever. He said this. I know there was something else he was missing, another word he was missing, but it doesn't matter. Because I'm country and I'm going to have to read some names and I'm going to butcher them here when I talk about the Halo situation here in a minute. I don't, he's like, I don't, whatever this, it's going to be a 50. Oh, you don't think it's going to be a 50 series anything? In my opinion, AMD won't be able to do that. No, I agree. I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not going to be anywhere near that. So like I said, at a minimum, 4070, whatever the equivalent of an AMD GPU is at a 4070, that or higher. And most likely it'll counteract whatever that probably maybe a 40 40 80. If max will probably be a 4080. That's probably where you'll get max. It ain't gonna be a 4090 GPU type of console. Like, no, it'll be somewhere probably around, like I said, the 4070 or the 40 or maybe at the max of 4080. That's it, Jack. Ain't gonna go no further than that. But you're right, it ain't gonna be the 50 series. And on top of that, like, we're gonna really see what these consoles are going to do with the power of full-fledged AI inside. I know when I'm dealing with NVIDIA, it's impressive. It's impressive stuff. With the DLSS and all that. It is impressive. It's impressive stuff. But again, that's neither here nor there. I didn't want to. I just letting you guys know that they're talking about a new Xbox. So there's leakers on all different sides. Some saying this is Xbox is dead. Others is over here bringing out details about giving out a release date in 2027. All that. So we'll see. We'll find out. You know what I'm saying? He said. Right, he said, next gen, we need FSR5 minimum. No. That's exactly right. Minimum. Like it has to be. If you're going to charge $800 or more for a console, it has to be incredibly powerful. And we're talking about some of the best consoles we've ever got power wise in the history. Like it has to break records. And also while it's also breaking our wallets. so that's that. So I'm intrigued. Like I said, we'll find out if Xbox is going to cancel the console or not. We will see the climate of the economy, all that other stuff. We will see. I said that it would come out it would be better if they came out in 2027 instead of 2026, in my opinion. But like I said, we'll find out. More to be talked about with that, because it's that about PlayStation supposed to be coming out in 2028 or something like that. We'll find definitely more things about what's going on. We'll definitely see about that. Yeah, Parrish, the beta of Call of Duty is hot. Like this, as you see, this is my gameplay, and I was just talking. That was my first topic, was bringing up about the playlists, and how that how that benefits, because Call of Duty or Activision, or I should say Treyarch, said that they because of their No-SBMM playlists, they had 98% non-cheaters in the game. So like that is very impressive. And so like I said, like it's been fun. Really enjoy it. I'm going to I got to finish my getting all the rest of my my season done for Black Ops 6. I know that there's some new maps dropping as well. So it's going to be a shooting palooza here this weekend. Because, I mean, between Battlefield 6 and Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, and however long that this beta is going to run, I'm going to be playing the hell out of some shooters right now. And also 2X KO. I'm planning on streaming that tonight. I got cooked last night. I was running with I was fighting for my life. I was playing some head bangers in that fighting game last night, Jack. There was one person, like I just was like, wait, it made me stop it and go to play COD, because I played that dude like 6 times, and I mean, it only had one close match. He thoroughly beat my ass. I couldn't. It was a little chipmunk looking thing with a little like blow dart gun, and he had to set up combo, and I couldn't do nothing with it. I mean, going through training and everything, trying to parry it, it's just impossible. It was just crazy. But anyway, we'll do some streaming here later on tonight. So no doubt. But this is really good. Looking forward to the Ally X for show. So you went ahead and picked it up, Parrish? That's good stuff. Good stuff. Sapo said, I think the handheld is mapping out how Xbox will manufacture consoles going forward. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like it might not be an in-house console being made from Xbox per se. It might be another company working on it, but it's going to have the name Xbox. As long as it's a console that has Xbox and Xbox infrastructure, it's an Xbox. I mean, this whole crazy thing where people were trying to talk about, well, the Rogue Ally is its own entity. It's not an Xbox, and it's really weird because there's people that had to listen to Digital Foundry to take that as like gospel because they said it. They're like, it is an Xbox. You know what I mean? Like that's really weird to me. But okay, whatever. I mean, it has all the Xbox functions. So, I mean, it's an Xbox. It's the same with a PlayStation. If PlayStation had another company making a PlayStation and it still has the infrastructure of a PlayStation, like, you know, how the background, you know, everything of how PlayStation is, then it's a PlayStation. What the hell are we doing here? I don't know. People be on some weird shit to me. I don't know. The Switch is doing miracles with DLSS. Hey, the Switch is doing this thing, man. It's doing this thing. It's outsold. It's outpacing the PlayStation 4. Nintendo just do Nintendo things, man. Like remember when people put Nintendo dead in the water? Remember that? You remember when Nintendo was dead in the water after the Wii U? I mean, I was doing podcasts and they were just like, it's done. And I was like, no, don't count Nintendo out. Don't count Nintendo out. They got deep pockets, and I'm like, their games are loved and all this and that. And then, I remember there was topics about like, hey, who's gonna buy Nintendo's IPs and all that. That was so long ago. So long ago. So anyway, it's Samsung built Xbox console. I'll skip a few bills to get it, brother. Boy, I love me some Samsung products, bro. I love Samsung TVs. I love Samsung TVs. I love Sony speakers, but I love some Samsung TVs. And I got me some Samsung. I got a Samsung washer and dryer. Excellent. Oh my God, so good. Watch, they're gonna break down. But anyway, excellent. And I've been having my Q90R for a minute. She's slowing down a little bit. She's a little old, but she's still going strong. Now, the Sony that I got, that my wife took from me, that was my very first true 4K. No, I wouldn't say true 4K television. It was because I had a 4K television beforehand. But anyway, my Sony was for gaming, and then it's in there in the bedroom, and my wife has took that and put all her stuff in it. And only time I watch it is when I go to bed and I'm getting ready to go to sleep. While I sit there and go to sleep to Modern Family or what's the other show? Or Frasier. Or if I catch something like Martin or Living Single or something like that, yeah, but nah. It ain't made for gaming no more. It's a wife's TV. It's a TV. For movies and for streaming movies and all that. That's it. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. I said I was going to talk about the Halo next. No, I'm going to talk about this. I posted this. And so I'm okay. So Laura Fryer, she's back at it again. She feels right now, since Xbox is in one of those bad states right now where Xbox is cooking themselves because of the price hike and the console sales and then the rumors of no Xbox console and all this, that, and the third. She wants to jump her hat in the ring and talk about this. She said, with these price hikes, I feel like a portrayal. It feels like a portrayal, like greed over gaming. And of course, she's one of the founders of the Xbox platform. So this is what I said. I posted this, and I'm saying, like, I don't know Miss Fryer. She could be a lovely lady. I have no idea. Laura Fryer she was one of the founders of the Xbox, of the OG Xbox, and she was there for what, like 13 years or something like that. She was there for a while. She left around the Xbox One time. So anyway, so she's been gone for a minute. But anyway, so I said this. So she's against gaming services that brings value to gamers, but never got on her soapbox about publishers wanting to charge gamers $80 for standard games. Things that make you go, hmm. So, like, I mean, that's fine to be on your soapbox, Miss Fryer. Like I said, you could be a lovely lady. I don't know you. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going off of what your words were about these price hikes, which it does feel like a betrayal for a lot of people. I'm not going to sit there and tell people that, you know, I've had these discussions with people still even today after my stance about standing behind Game Pass, because I still feel that there's value. But for gamers who don't, that's your decision. But again, it does feel like a betrayal for when you have companies that want to raise the game prices to $80, or even having games like or publishers like Take-Two that's saying, hell, we might need to just raise games up to $100. Where was your soapbox then, Miss Fryer? Where were you at on that? Why were you not talking about that? Why have you? I mean, yes, Xbox tried to pull the fast one. They did. They tried to put the like, oh yeah. You know, I know. We all know that Outlanders or whatever the hell that game is, we're gonna charge y'all $80 for that. Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. And then people said, no, you're not, and they changed. They back course. And I think that a lot of people that's upset about with the Game Pass highest tier at $30 is you know, like I said, they want people to bring it down. I'm all for that if you're trying to boycott Game Pass to make Microsoft's buck back down to $25.99. Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But what I don't want is these non-Xbox gamers to come and tell me what is right and wrong and what they do in this, that, and the third, because you're not a Game Pass. You might not even be a Game Pass subscriber. Case in point. See, a lot of people don't have a lot of originality anymore, right? Like they don't even lie right. So I'm hearing people come out here and make the same talking point that is being exposed constantly. Like, okay, so there was a guy on TikTok that I was going back and forth with, and he made the same comment, and you'll know exactly because I know you guys have seen it. Said, I used to be an Xbox person until they raised the price on the 360. I mean, on Game Pass to $30. That's not that I don't, and that's why I got rid of my Xbox. What? And so I just said, bro, you're frauding the public. You are not an Xbox person. You may have subscribed to Game Pass. You might have an Xbox, but you're not an Xbox gamer like that. Your Xbox is probably the side piece. It focused on the $30 for the top tier. And then for the other excuse that you hear is that, well, I want those games day one. Okay. But what about the games that you might be on the fence about wanting to buy? You're not going to buy those day one. So so why would day one mean anything when all you could do is still get the benefit of Game Pass, just drop to the lower tier, to the $19.99, right? Like if you're an Xbox gamer, you're not going to grab your Xbox, sell it because of a gaming service. Because if you're only just buying games, if you're all about now just going and buying games, then that means you got a gaming library, correct? So why would you restart your gaming library all over by buying a PlayStation or buying or building a PC and restarting that whole thing over a tier that you can downgrade to, right? And so that's the thing to me about what Laura Fryer is tripping me out about, because betrayal is going all the way around in gaming. You know what I mean? Negan, he said, so Negan, when did you become a Battlefield 6 guy? Because weren't you a Call of Duty guy when PlayStation was running? I don't know. You might still be a Battlefield 6 guy. But anyway, Negan said in the chat, Battlefield 6 coming tomorrow will kill their COD numbers. Man, come on, let Battlefield live a little bit, man. Let Battlefield live. I mean, Battlefield should cook. It needs to cook. It has no choice but to cook. This is it, Jack. If Battlefield 6 does not do well, it's over. It's over for that franchise. Unless when I talk about another topic here, I'm not going to bring up I'm going to have to skip the Halo stuff after I read about the stuff go through the stuff about this rumor going on about DICE and BioWare. But anyway, I'll get to that here after I get done with this. I'm just trying to rationalize. What are we like? Those people are fraud in the public. They're not true Xbox gamers. Because like I said before, when they said, like when I brought up Wednesday, or Wednesday, my wife makes so much, she makes fun of me. She's saying the older you get, she's saying the more of an old black man you become. She's like, because I say Wednesday instead of Wednesday. And so she just cracks up at me. She's like, oh, but she calls me old man love. So so yeah, so I'm just in there, and she's like, "You gonna go to the casino and eat and what you say? You gonna go to the casino and go with your homeboys and on Wednesdays and have that free breakfast because I think they got like over a 50s special at the casino. So anyway, so I caught myself. My wife would crack up if she heard me say Wednesday. So anyway, Wednesday. So again. You can't be serious coming out here telling people that you feel betrayed when the companies around you is telling you, oh, no, it's okay for games to go up higher. Nintendo is over here raking their gamers by the coals, just beating them down for if you love physical games. Physical games, $90? And where's the outrage? You had some people that was complaining, but where's the real outrage for that? Bro, it's a crazy time in gaming, no doubt about it. I think that gaming is in a really, really crazy state right now. We have no idea how this thing is going to play out. But when you coming out here getting on your soapbox and you're talking about betrayal, that's fine. I'm sure that a lot of gamers do feel betrayed by the price increase. I do understand that, but that's the same thing as I felt betrayed when the industry said, okay, raise prices to $70, and there was no PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo standing on business and saying, let's think about the consumer. Where was your soapbox moment then for that? Anyway, okay. So let's move on from that. I just think that it's really crazy. I mean, it was what somebody said on the last My Thoughts Wednesday, that there's this whole shaming of shaming of people pockets, and that's a damn shame. It shouldn't be that way. Shouldn't be that way at all. You know what I mean? Listen, like I said, I wasn't shaming that guy about him saying that he's upset about, but what I'm pissed off about is that you're lying about you being a pro Xbox gamer and you left the brand because of a service when you don't play the games. Oh, another thing too, before I move on, just another narrative that I've been seeing run around back and forth is that people like, well, I just don't have the time to play all those games. 75 games in a year, that's all cool, but how many games am I going to play? I've only played, and that's what this guy said. I only played 4 to 5 games, he said 5 to 6 games a year. Okay, brother, that's cool. You're still a gamer, no question. But man, I beat more games than you play in a year. Bro, what are you I've already beaten 7 to 8 games already this year. And we'll be beating some more. Once it gets towards the holidays, I zone in on single player games. I got these modes. At the beginning of the year, I'm on single player games. Then I go to jump on multiplayer. Then I just go in cycles. But towards the end of the year, I start playing the hell out of I play the hell out of single player games. And I usually go back to my library, and play some older games that I haven't played or beat yet. And I take care of that. Usually, it always happens in December. So, or and especially in the holidays, during the holiday time. But that's fine that you can't play that you play 5-6 games a year. That's great. Nobody's saying that that's a bad thing. But what he tried to make it seem like, and this is what was wild to me. And some of you, child of God, others who have been a long listener of me for over the years, you know how this is. What are we talking about? Okay? So you play 5 or 6 games a year. That is absolutely fine. But you try to come and make it seem like, oh, well, you don't have a life because that's all you do is play games. That's pretty damn funny because before I retired, I was over here working 10, 12, 13, 14, sometimes on occasion, 16-hour days. Come home, sit here and hang out with the wife, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, on occasion, you know what I'm saying? Pants off, dance off. You know what I'm saying? Go on dates, sit there, go hang out with the homies, go hit the spot. You know what I'm saying? Well, when I was clubbing, going out there, hitting the spots and clubbing and spending time and doing stuff and taking care of my kids and all this and that and the third. And I was still out here and I was on top of doing all that. I was content creating all at the same damn time. I mean, there was times, especially if you listen to me on the next podcast, that was X-By448's channel. There was times I was coming home from work and I was on my phone doing the podcast. So I'm trying to figure out, hold up, and all that's going on in my life where I'm working, I'm taking care of kids, sitting here, girlfriends or still taking care of that business, hanging out with homies, doing podcasts. I still had time to beat The Witcher and The Witcher 3 and Red Dead Redemption 2 and Cyberpunk and all that. Doing all that. So you can make time if you want to. Now, if somebody comes and asks me, he says, I admit K Mega isn't wrong on the pocket watching. But you can sit there and you can talk. You can sit there and say all the things that you want to. Now, if you ask me, K Mega, hey man, this movie, this TV show or something, I'm cooked because I don't watch that much TV. The only TV that I really watch, now I am watching the Ed Gein series with my wife. Pretty good actually. But if you're asking me about TV shows or something, I'm cooked. I don't watch. I watch sports and news. And very seldom on occasion I watch a couple of Disney shows or something, Game of Thrones or something like that. But I don't watch a lot of TV anymore. Like my time is, there's something that takes away time, and I'm damn sure not into reality TV or none of that. So so that's what's been taken away is my TV time. Sports, news. That's it on TV. That's it for me. So, yeah, so this excuse about pocket watching and this excuse about, well, I have a life too. I can accord, I've done it for many, many years. So it's okay. You know what I'm saying? You can do all these things if you do, but you don't kind of down my hobby because you're trying to make a point about, oh man, like my life is, I got this, that, because I'm doing the same shit. Y'all see my pictures? I'm out here hanging out. Hell, my picture on Twitter right now is like me. I'm hanging out with classmates. You know what I'm saying? With my homegirls. You know what I'm saying? I'm, hanging out, doing things. I'm always out and about. Well, that's a lie. I'm not always out and about. But but another thing too is that, listen, if you got young kids, I totally understand that. But my kids is grown. They are out the nest, Jack. They're out of here. I got a 31-year-old son, and I got a 26-year-old daughter. They on their own. They on their own schedule, on their own time doing that. That alleviates a hell of a lot of time. Wait till your kids and especially when your kids don't like you no more. in the sense of they get you know they all used to be all huddy, you know, being around you, you know, your son think you cool, you know, hanging out with you and the uncles and playing games together. But man, when they turn 13, 14, they out, Jack. And then your daughter sits there and hanging out with her friends, and then she ain't, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm hanging out with the girls and all that. Nah, once they you'll get time. You'll get time. So don't do that. Don't do that to the gamers out there that enjoys this hobby. If you enjoy it just for a Call of Duty, a Battlefield 6, or a Madden or 2K, that is absolutely fine. Nobody's telling you you're not a gamer. But don't come with that bullshit narrative about I have a life, because I do too. And I still have time to beat more games than you play. That's my point on that. Okay, so now let me go to this because I'm so intrigued by this. Okay, so let me read this. Okay, so EA may sell BioWare and DICE or close other studios, says analyst. Let's see what Negan said. He says you're not responsible. GTA is like watching the whole Lost TV show 2-3 times. He said, you make time for the things love. Yes, yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Like I was saying, like I mean, yeah, I have time for the. If you don't got time for the pants off dance off because of gaming, then there's an issue. Or hell, if you ain't got time for the pants off dance off because of work or hey now, what you mean? What you talking about, sucker? What you mean I ain't got time for the pants off dance off? You bet, man. Shit. No, boy. Anyway, you make time for what you love. Exactly, Fahim. You make time for what you love. If you don't love gaming like that, you don't love gaming like that. But I guarantee you, you're putting a lot of time into something more than the gaming, and that's fine. And like I said, I'm not gonna talk bad about anybody who plays any type of games. Like for my wife and mother-in-law and others who just like you'll see a whole bunch of women sitting there on their phone playing phone games. That's gaming. That's gaming. Okay. Now I'll try to ask her to turn on that Xbox in the front room. Hey, why don't we play a little Peggle or something? Nah, because I want to watch TV. But you're looking at your phone. I can do both. Okay. I don't argue no more. I don't argue about it no more. I tried with all. For some reason, I always found women that did not like gaming. I even had some that tried to get me away from gaming. Like they were jealous of the game. Man, I'm just like, nah, man, come on, what you doing? Come on. So, but no, I don't know. That'd probably been dangerous if I ran into a woman gamer like me. That would be dangerous. That would be dangerous because it would just be a lot of gaming. We'll be playing some COD, Battlefield. I'll get her to start playing some Tekken or something like that. And man, I'll make deals. I'm gonna bite. Hey, if I win, the best out of 10, you know what I'm saying? You got to do this thing. Anyway, let me stop. Okay, all right. So anyway, yeah, so it'd probably be a problem. So I probably wouldn't leave the house because I'd just be gaming like crazy. So maybe that's just been my fate. So it is what it is. But everybody finds passion for what they love. If they like to rock climb, if they like to collect rocks or insects, or like my father-in-law loves trains. So he buys train sets, or he goes places where there's trains, and I see nothing wrong with that. I mean, gotta live, gotta enjoy your life while you're on this earth. He says that's every man's dream. K Mega, you absolutely right. He says my game of the year is Lego Party, brother. See, hey, that's your game of the year. That's your game of the year. I love it. As Steel Rain would say, if you like it, I love it. So that's absolutely right. I don't care what you're gaming on, but I just don't like the people caring about people's pockets. I'm here to try to get people encouraged about, listen, think about the value, because if Game Pass goes away, it's going to hurt even more than you think it is. Don't listen to these yahoos out here. But anyway, so let's move on. EA may sell, like I said, I'm going to read again. EA may sell BioWare and DICE or close other studios, says analyst. All right, so it says the end of September, of course, there was that big deal. We talked about that on My Thoughts about the $55 billion deal in cold, hard cash, son, to take the third-party video game publisher private under a new ownership group, including the Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. So, of course, Jared Kushner, affiliate partners, and the private equity firm Silver Lake. It's also the largest leveraged buyout of all time, and it will require EA to settle $20 billion in the debt. Right. So, but it says, according to several prominent analysts, the fastest way for EA to reach that number is by shredding studios and selling some of them off. Okay, so remember, think about this for a second. Okay, so like you got people that I know Jez put up, I think that was Jez. I know that it came from Windows Central. So Jez is just not the only one that works at Windows Central, but a Windows Central article that sit there and ask, and I'm wondering if it's Jez. I think it is. A piece about like, is it worth it about the Activision deal? Well, think about what PlayStation acquired with Insomniac and others and Bungie. And then there's those rumors that Sony wants to go after Warner Brothers. This is a trend everywhere, Jack. This is a trend everywhere. So if you buying some, there's going to be some consolidation. There's people going to lose their jobs. And look at that dirty little sucker hiding behind that corner. Get your ass out of there. Yeah, I said, you nasty bastard. I had to shoot that laying on the belly like a snake. Anyway, let me keep reading it. It says, according to the report, it says multiple analysts believes that BioWare is a prime candidate to be sold because of the studio's struggle over the last decade. Dragon Age Veilguard fell below expectations, and the studio was hit by numerous layoffs in the aftermath, of which smaller teams at the studio is currently working on the next Mass Effect title, which may entice potential buyers. EA is currently throwing its promotional muscle behind Battlefield 6, the first-person shooter that's competing against Call of Duty's franchise. While that may mean DICE, the developer of the game's multiplayer mode, is safe from being sold at the moment, analysts suggest that could change if Battlefield 6 underperforms. Now, okay, Battlefield 6 is going to do fine. Fahim, Insomniac was worth every penny. I feel that Activision is going to be worth every penny by the time Xbox get it all together. Once those old classic games start coming back, like through backwards compatibility and things of that nature, it's going to be worth it. Now, if the rumors are true about another Xbox, but I don't, like I said, I'm going to just, like I said, I don't want to trust what the company's saying on that end, because they would have a easy way out. If think about it, if those insiders were correct about the new Xbox not coming out, they're canceling it, it would be the perfect time to do it. Hell, Xbox is having a whole bunch of bad press now. They should just come out and say, look, yeah, we pivoted again. But they didn't. They're saying that they're doing. So why would you lie and say that there's a new Xbox coming and then months later come out and say, nah, we was just kidding? For all the bad press to come back? Nah, they had the opportunity right now. But anyway, I'm just saying, it just don't make any sense. But let me keep going. But I think, but DICE is going to be fine. I think DICE is not going to is going to be off the table, just for the mere fact that there's a lot of anticipation for Battlefield 6. I think Battlefield 6 is going to be really good. For what I played, I enjoyed it. Just got to take care of that. Now, if they don't fix that cheater situation, then yeah, they're going to lose players really, really quick. What up with your Verge? Really quick. So what they have to do is they stopped the backwards compatibility program, but they restarted it. They've been working on it here they announced that last year, that they're redoing the backwards capability program. They just they're probably just saving all this stuff for when they drop the new Xbox or for whenever that they're going to do a probably Activision backwards compatibility package or something like that. So again, whatever Xbox's plan is on that, all I know is that they are working back on making backwards compatibility games. That program is not done. It got restarted last year, Negan. You can look that up. Anyway, so let me go back to read this. It says EA is currently throwing it. Okay, I just read that. It says since Sims 4 is one of EA's top earning games, that's nuts. I mean, I knew that Sims was. I wouldn't say. Well, obviously, it's popular. It's EA's top earning games, but I did not expect what's up with your bunty. I wish Viper was here to do the whole Jamaican salute. Shout out to Viper. It was his birthday on the 3rd. For some reason, it was really weird. I was trying to gift him Final Fantasy 16, but for some reason, it wouldn't let me do it. And I was reading about how to that if he did, because he did say he canceled his Game Pass because he was like, that's too rich for my blood. And like I told him, I said, okay, that's your business. I'm not going to tell anybody, no, you can't do that. I'm just saying, listen, okay. So I wonder if that has something, because maybe he might have canceled his whole, well, maybe not his Xbox Live. I don't know. But anyway, it was a problem. But it did say if you don't have Xbox Live, you can't gift to gamers or whatever. So I don't know if there's some kind of confusion going on with that. But anyway, I gotta give that boy that game. I told him I was. So I'm going to do that, but give him a good, it was his birthday on the 3rd, man. Wish him a happy birthday. And he asked for a recipe. He asked me to ask my wife about a recipe for black cake. I think that's what's called, Jamaican cake, some kind of Jamaican cake or something. He said he loved it as a child. His dad made it for him or whatever. So my wife did look up a recipe and gave it to me to send to him. So, you know what I'm saying? He seemed very pleased, and I ain't heard nothing else from him, but he's working real hard for his class to move up. So shout out to him. But yeah, I could not believe The Sims was the top grossing, like not Apex led. Was it not Apex? Not Apex. I mean, that's not Madden. What? That's nut. Top earning games. I just, okay, since Sims 4 is one of EA's top earning games. Oh, it's one of. It says one of. Okay. All right. Still, that's still impressive. The analysts believe Marxist is likely safe from being sold off. However, DFC Intelligence President David Cole believes that even Marxist could be sold if a premium offer was made by an outside buyer. He also predicted that there will be a sizable layoff at EA Studios, regardless of whether they are purchased by other companies. Now, listen, man. Listen. You get $55 billion and you got to lay people off. I mean, we know what it is. It's about the AI. It's about the AI. I don't know. But we know a lot of it is AI stuff, right? We know that. But that's a just crazy amount of money. And I understand that they got to make that money back, but my goodness. So yeah, anyway, that is nuts. But they got to lay all these people off because all right. So leveraged buyouts are historically followed by cutbacks and the sale of non-essential assets in the short term, Cole told Polygon. Long term, this will allow the company like EA to focus on more creative, risky ventures as they are not beholden to public shareholders. But short term, we expect them to focus more on core money generators and look to get top dollar for secondary IP products. So again, this is more so of what Microsoft has done, what PlayStation has done. Nintendo has, I don't know if Nintendo has done any layoffs. I do not believe so, but, there's layoffs all and studio closures everywhere. I mean, I just read before I got on here too is that there was the studio that made the Drifter game. That studio is closing down. So I mean, it's a wild time in the gaming space, folks. It's a wild time. Um, it's important to note that the deal isn't finalized yet, and it may not be closed until EA's fiscal 2027 year, which begins in April 26. There's a very long list of priorities and IPs, I mean properties, I'm sorry, properties and IPs owned by EA, and GameSpot has already broken down the deal and it may, and what happen next. So yeah, I think DICE is going to be okay. I think this Battlefield is going to do real well. People are longing for it. I kept my word. I did not buy Battlefield. I'm going through EA Play to play it because I was so disgusted of how I felt like I got ripped off by 2042. Not because the game was okay. I mean, it wasn't my favorite Battlefield, but it wasn't bad. I mean, the assumption of what I thought the game was going to be was hyped me up more than what the actual game was. But once they figured it all out, the game isn't bad. But the problem is that at launch, I paid for the Shut Up edition, the Max edition, to play it early, all that, and I still didn't get a chance to play it until after the game because the game was so broken. You could play it, it would boot up, but the game was unrunnable. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was awful. So, So yeah, no. So I'll wait, and I'll still, I know me. I'll get the game if the game, because I already enjoyed what I played in the beta. Like I said, the only thing that would hurt the game is the cheaters. They got a roadmap for the content. It's already, you're going to get content and within the same month. That's incredible. So yeah, it's going to be really fun. Is it going to overtake COD? Absolutely not. COD's going to cook like it always cooks. It's not, people have been trying to put, I was trying to put COD in the dust and just come to the realization that COD is not going to go anywhere. Negan, you're right. They don't cut the CEOs, but hey, if they cut the CEO gets a big, nice, fat severance package for their troubles of being fired. That shit is crazy. That is crazy. Go ahead. We no longer need your services here. Here's $20 million for your troubles. But then the regular folk, hey man, you gotta go. Oh, take your uniform off and if your boots and leave those here. That belongs to the company. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. What up with you? What up with you? You call me old man. What up with you, baby girl? Well, my daughter over here spying on me. What you doing? What you doing spying on me? Don't you got something to do? Don't you need to be at work? Oh, don't you need to be at work? And if you're at work, what you doing on your phone? Go help the people that you gotta help. Anyway, no. Glad you could stop through, say what's up. Anyway, that's nuts that you're gonna have to fire people, but it's also just what's going on in here. And listen, this really pisses me off a lot. This part right here where it says BioWare's Dragon Age Veilguard fell below EA's expectations. You know why it fell by Fahim's over there laughing. You know why EA expectations was low? Because there was gamers over here shitting on a game that was really good. The more and more that I've seen people playing it on Game Pass, I'm seeing it, especially I'm seeing people on Blue Sky, I was seeing people on not so much on Twitter, because Twitter, the algorithm is more lean to anything negative towards any type of game like that. But everywhere else, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Like, oh man, I played that game. That game was good. I don't know why people was tripping about it. Yeah, that's why you got to play games instead of listening to yahoos that's over here talking about a moment in a game that's an added story that you didn't have to play, an optional story that you didn't even have to play. Whatever. And that was just one thing. Everything else about the game was cool. Or you can even convert the girl. I mean, well, she was I forgot what those species of people are, the people with the horns, or the beings with the horns. Yeah, you could have made it where she could have been straight, but you said let her be free. You know what I'm saying? I said, hey, be free, be who you want to be. Don't listen to your mama. You know what I'm saying? If you want to sit there and talk to that hot ass shipmate of yours, by all means, do the most. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my choice. Like, hey, and that was what it was. Beam said, "All hell, Mike Ybarra, man. Listen, that man on Demon Time. Like I said, I like Mike. I like his fire, I like his passion, but he's so out of touch now, man, bro. He's so out of touch. He is out of touch. I mean, like, bro, he sounds like a bitter ex-employee, and I get it, but you know, yeah, man, I don't know. Yes, Husky. Twitter's algorithm is trash. Plus the ads, yes, it is, and it's even worse when you don't pay that $8. I don't pay that $8 no more. I ain't paying Elon no more money. I stopped doing that. Bro. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it. But you ain't getting no more money out of me. So anyway, and I know I'm shadow banned. I'm like, I look and I'll see something, I'll post something, I'll see somebody share it, and that gets more views than what I get views or likes. And so and I've had multiple people tell me I'm shadow banned anyway. So I mean, but I don't care. I mean, I'm there. So anyway, poof over there laughing at me. Anyway, let's keep it pushing. But I do think that Mass Effect, but see, this is the thing. Mass Effect, see, while the reason, I'm getting back to my reasoning, DICE is going to be okay. The only thing they got to worry about is the sales of the, not the sales, but the cheaters in the game. The game is going to sell like hotcakes. I think that game is going to hit 1 million by the end of this, by a week. I think it's gonna cook. I think people just been ready for something different. And Battlefield, and also it's got casuals looking at it differently as well. So I mean, yeah, and I want the game to succeed. I love Battlefield. I've always said I like Battlefield more than I like COD, but this last Battlefield was just such a disappointment, and they have no choice but to bring the heat. They got no choice. So I think DICE is. I deep down in my heart, DICE should be fine. Mass Effect, on the other hand, I don't know. The climate of where we at with games, if there's anything in that game in Mass Effect, even though in the other Mass Effects you could date who you wanted to, you could be around anybody, but you got these anti people that don't like, I hate saying the word because I don't like that, because that's not what woke means, but these anti-woke folks, they are on a mission to try to stop anything to not be homophobic. I mean, because they're so homophobic, or they're racist, or they're just subhumans. They're disgusting. You know what I'm saying? The only thing they want is big TNA and them to be white. What the hell are you talking about? Like, bro, like that's not what the majority of gamers. There was a stat poll that dropped this week. And it showed that a percentage of female gamers in games, that's gaming, it is up to 48% now. Men is at 51%. It is declining rapidly. I would not be surprised if women started playing more games than men do at some point. I mean, and I don't know, like you can also put, and I don't know in that poll, was it anything that had to do with mobile games or whatever? Because women play the hell out of mobile games. So, but if it did, it did. I mean, like I said, a gamer is a gamer. So that's something like, I'm like, why are there people out here trying to change, don't want creativity? That's just crazy to me. So Bellegarde failed because of that garbage, not because the game wasn't good, because the game was damn good. The combat was excellent, all that. YouTube Premium ads will be denied forever. Oh, bro, listen. Yeah. YouTube gets paid from me because I got YouTube Music and and yeah, I can't do them ads on YouTube. I tried to. I was like, man, I'm gonna cut, bro. I'm sitting there. No. I can't do it. I can't do it. So, and I apologize for the people who don't pay for YouTube ads and you got to get hit with the ads. I did not put it on aggressive. I got it on moderate. So if you're getting hit across the head with the ads, I mean, there's some people that will. And I mean, it's just part of just, ad revenue. Like they'll put it aggressive. I'll know what they're doing when I've had it off before. And then it's like, man, they'll be in the middle of a sentence. Do you want, and then you gotta add right there. It's crazy. So I got mine on moderate. I try not to go crazy on that. You know what I'm saying? I want to get my ad revenue, but gee whiz, come on now. I'm not gonna try to overdo it. So I want you to stick around. So anyway, yeah, so let's see. He got dumped. Fahim said he got dumped twice and he still won't let it. No, he will not let it go. Mr. Ybarra will not let it go. He really wants the demise of Xbox. I mean, that's crazy. But anyway, like I said, I like Mike. I don't want to get into the weeds about that. Let's see. There's I'm going to move on for that. Just basically just say that, look, Mass Effect is going to be huge for them. And man, I would love Microsoft to pick up BioWare. I would love them to get it. Let's get it. Now I know it ain't the same BioWare of old because there's a lot of people that's left BioWare. And would it be safe? I mean, like if PlayStation picked them up, I would still think that was a good get, but I don't know. Because it's not the same. It's kind of like the Bungie situation. right. Fahim says K-Mega starts talking, then an NBA promotion pops up. Right, thunder up, baby. Anyway, go ahead, hit him across the head and show him the thunder, baby. Show it to us. Show him. Anyway, what's up, Big Bad Mo? What's up with you, bro? But yeah, I Mass Effect is going to be very interesting. I am going to be because all it takes is one character not to look beautiful and busty for one of these Neanderthals to come out and says it's a woke trash, and they make tons of videos and grift the shit out of a game that could be one of the best, could be potentially the best Mass Effect we've ever played, right? So again, if you have not played Dragon Age Veilguard, play it. I do believe it's still in Game Pass. I had such a wonderful time playing that game. So good. Anyway, so yeah, that's gonna be pretty interesting, but let's move on. Okay. I already talked about the that was what it says. Xbox, this is from Windows Central. It says Xbox negativity has reached heights not seen since 2013. Is it worth it, Microsoft? Now listen, Xbox has put themselves in a bad situation, Jack. It's all over the place. I mean, I'm looking at a political. There's a political person I follow, and they talking about Xbox. So it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So because it got to tie in with Lena Khan, and I mean I've seen multiple like political videos that's talking about Microsoft or Xbox's decision, and basically talking about how Lena Khan was right and things of that nature. So. Xbox is getting the business. I would not be surprised if Xbox doesn't make an announcement of something of some sort, of maybe dropping Game Pass Essential or doing something to try to gain back some good faith. I don't know what it will be, but they're gonna do something. So Mass Effect is going to hit, bro. Big Bad Mo, I'm excited as hell for Mass Effect. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? Kareem Shepard is back, bro. K Mega Shepard is back. So if anybody didn't know, my first name is, well, it's not my first name. My middle name is Kareem. That's why I'm K Mega. I had a homeboy that called me that, and I just kept it. So anyway, so Kareem Shepard is back. Back. And I'm ready to do some damage. And listen, I'm gonna look for my girl. He said, yeah, the blue, what are those species called? Man, yeah, that was my girl. The blue chick, oh my God. And I wanted to get the old one. You said Miranda. That was the old, oh yeah, Miranda. No, that was the white girl. Yeah, no, she was, yeah. Yeah, I had to slide up in them DMs, boy. Yeah, I had to get that. I had to get that popping off. Tally, I had a thing for Tally because of the figure, right? But you know what I mean? But I don't know what's behind that mask. There is a picture I think that they show of her, and it's you know, because I know she's blue, but you know what I'm saying. But you know what? I don't know. I don't know what's behind that mask. So I don't know, man. And then there was the chick with the tattoos. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I was a man whore in that game. I slept with everybody, but just to see what the animations would be, not to just because I was a man whore. But yeah, Miranda had to get it for sure. But the girl of girls was the blue chick. I loved her, and I was even trying to knock off the old blue chick. But the old blue chick said, "Listen, I'm over." How old she say she was? She was like 10,000 years old or something like. She's like, I'll pretty much murder you. Yeah, I put this juice box on you, and you go done. You're cooked, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're cooked. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. Like, all it takes is something like that, because you know that species or those blue people, they date all different types of species and stuff like that. It only takes is one of those anti-woke freaks to sit there and say, "Oh, look at this," and then there's going to be a group of people that's on the internet that's going to cry and bitch and say that it's this, that, and then they're going to post the very first black person that works there that probably is probably the damn probably somebody that sits there and pushes papers and show if she and put a rainbow flag behind her and say, "Here it is," and it never fails. When I talk about the Halo thing here in a minute, man. Anyway, so don't fall for that dumb shit. Just don't. Just, man, let's just get happy. But if it comes down to where EA has to sell BioWare, I mean, BioWare hasn't done it. Well, he said Liara. That's her name. Yeah, Liara. To Sony. Boy, Richie, boy, he knows. And some of my boy Yobi would know too. Yobi is a Mass Effect hound dog too. So he is all about that. But yeah, Asari, that's it, man. Them Asaris, boy. Woo, boy. Give me some of that blue love, boy. You know what I'm saying? And it look like that their heads seem like it might be scaly, or, you know, like oily or something like that. Man, I don't care. Give me one of them blue chicks, boy. They were bad, boy. So, and I went back and Mass Effect is one of those games that I like I say, if I beat a game, I like it. Normally I don't go back and beat it unless it's just something special like that, like The Witcher, or, something like that. Mass Effect, I've gone back 4 times and beat that game. And there was the first time that I played it, I got old girl, the one chick that was a partner, she got killed. And then there was the guy, I saved the guy. The other one though, my second playthrough, I let her live. And then when I went back and played Mass Effect 3, like, man, I'm like, oh my goodness. And so you could get her too. So I'm like, oh yeah, let's go. Anyway, Fahim said she was like, bruh, I'm like 10,000 years. Bro, that's what I'm saying. She's like, I'm 10,000 years old. I put this thing on you, this wolf monkey on you, boy. You don't know what's going to happen to you. You will perish. you will not, you will see light, and then it turns to night, because it's over for you. Night, sucker. So yeah, he says, damn, I got to download Mass Effect. Facts. Yes, you're gonna make me now re-download Mass Effect 2. Yeah, Husky in the chat says, I noticed that in Avowed, no real romance options. Yeah, I heard that. I mean, my homeboy is actually playing it. I was surprised because all he plays is Elder Scrolls, and then when I went over there to visit him, he was over there playing, and I was like, oh, okay. And so he was having a blast playing Avowed, and when I played, I liked it, so it's all good. Right said the sorry dancer were way better than what we got in Starfield. Oh yes, yes, yes. There's no question. He's like, what the f? What he said? What he says? WTF? We got in Starfield. Yeah, you know what? Like, Starfield is special in its own right, but yeah, no, it could have got better with the romances and stuff like that. I don't have a problem. It's not like I need to, see animated but I'm just saying, like, in Mass Effect, it really did draw you into really liking that character. Even though if you was a gaming, you was a Mass Effect whore at the beginning, you came out to like who you liked. And, if it was the girl with the tattoos or if it was Miranda or whoever, but it was, like, it is what it is, man. It's really good. The romance in the game was fantastic. And matter of fact, I need to go back and start playing more of Baldur's Gate, because I hear that the romance in that game is stupid. So I need to go into Baldur's Gate 3 and check that out. Anyway, Starfield's romance options were just okay. I ended up with the dark haired chick. Same. Same. And it did mean a lot to me to go to her planet to do the DLC, because that's my girl. So I'm like, I'm with it. Let's go. So, and to go to help out her people and stuff like that. So yeah, so the romance was okay. It wasn't, I felt like I had a connection, but it's not like with Mass Effect or in The Witcher 3. Oh my God, it was really, really difficult because, of course, I took Tish, I took the redhead. There was no way. I remember how it went down in The Witcher 2, and man, that girl I said, no, I ain't forget about that. Old girl, the dark haired girl, I can't think of their names right now. I'm old. She keeps bailing out. But she did say that she wanted to make it, but I'm like, nah, the redhead, that's it. I remember Witcher 2, that romance sequence. And so therefore, yeah, I'm going to go and vacate into the hills. Anyway, it said, let's what Husky said. During Outer Worlds 2 trailer, they made fun of every WRPG enjoyers by saying many companions, and no, you won't be able to sleep with them. Yeah, I know. I saw that. That was funny. I mean, Outer Worlds is going to be great. I love that game. So I love the first game, I should say. So I'm going to enjoy it. I need to go back and play those DLCs. I did not play the DLCs on that. I beat the game, but I did not play the DLC. So I need to go back and play that. Yeah, I did not like the part about Tally. I mean, I'll tell you. Okay, right, says K-Mega, no. Starfield club dancers were some dudes dressed in bug Halloween costumes. Oh my goodness. Oh man, y'all wild. Okay, the combat in Mass Effect was really, really good. Jack is a beast. She is a beast. That's her name. The girl with the tattoo. She was a beast. She was a beast. And she was down there in that damn in that engine room down there. She and she talked nasty and everything, just like the chick in Veilguard, like in Dragon Age Veilguard, the chick with the horns. She just went up to her and said, "Look, you want me to take it?" That's exactly what she said. Basically, just like, look, you want some of this? I'm like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I loved Veilguard. I thought it was great. It said, don't poke the bear. BG is coming to Game Pass. BG. Oh, you think Baldur's Gate's gonna come to Game Pass? Let's say, right, you said the romance of Baldur's Gate 3, you say something polite to a companion and they are ready and they are ready for to argue. Yeah, pretty much. Uh be careful in Boulder Gates 3. Gale will get you when you sleep. Dang! I need to go. I need to go. I need to go back and play that, man. I need to go back and play it. Yeah, I'm playing Cygnus in here. What's up, Cygnus? He said Outer Worlds 2 needs to be more blockbuster like The Witcher 3 type production value. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I mean the game looks better than the first one, and the first game looked good. I mean it's, to me it was the combat and then the and your companions. The storyline for your companions in Outer Worlds was so deep. It reminded me a lot of Mass Effect. They were so, like, I really felt for my companions. I looked at the priest side eye because he and then when you got to his storyline and then because I think he was the last person I did his storyline, but yeah, I really felt for those characters. Writing everything in Outer Worlds and the combat was what made the game. The story, the combat, the companions is what made the game. So what he says, when I was a teen, I was trying to get some Samantha Taylor Cheeks. I invested time on her just for her to say she doesn't swing that way. Oh yeah, my bad, bro. My bad. Yeah, you know what? I felt that way about on Cyberpunk. On Cyberpunk, I was like, oh yeah, when you, I forget old girl. Like I said, I forget these characters' names. When you play so many games and you just get old, you just forget names. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get her. We in this house. She snuck me. She saved me and took me, or I saved her and I took her to this. Oh yeah, it was right after the finding her homegirl or whatever, or some point at that in the game. And then I'm like, I'm gonna get her now. She was like, I'm gonna take a shower, and I'm like, I'm gonna get her. Nope, but no. Nope. The one chick in Cyberpunk that I wanted to get the most, but she was the craziest, was the bartender. The bartender had me going out here doing crazy shit. So, and just to come out that she was wild, and I'm like, Jack. Yep. And that just shows me what kind of women I like. Crazy. Anyway. All right, let me get back to what he's doing. I got some more topics I want to talk about before I get out of here. All right, so the Halo situation. Let me just jump on there. Okay, so this is nutty. All right, so okay. Halo Studios leadership problem. The insider says, so let me go into this, look at this, read this. Okay, so it's saying that the studio is reportedly facing serious leadership issues with multiple departures from key roles, including the art and operations, and claim of a toxic atmosphere, according to the Gaming Insider's Rebs game. Now, when I first seen this, I went there and I looked and then I was checking, and of course I'm looking at whatever's going on. So I'm going to read some more of what's supposed to be going on. Okay, so Glenn Israel, who was an art director at 343 since 2010, and also worked at Bungie before that, left Halo Studios, which I forget that they changed 343 to Halo Studios. Okay, but anyway, left Halo Studios with a quite threatening message about not giving up dignity, ethics, or values for obtaining proof when necessary. Glenn's post said he cannot share his story until it is safe to do so next year. The departure occurred after the exit of former Chief of Staff Melissa Boone just 1 month ago. Out of the 9 people listed in the team, in the art team selection of the Halo Infinite credits, only one remains. The insider fears that something bad is happening at Halo Studios and confirms that the studio has leadership problems, but cannot share information at this time until his source allows it. Okay. Okay, so don't this thing happen all the time where there's always conflicting things happening within studios? Um, Now, I'm not. The first thing I'm going to say on this is that I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to sit here and try to say that this man is that Glenn Israel is wrong or lying or anything like. I'm not going to apply that. Um, but I do know, just for me talking, I had a podcast with a dev. You know what I mean? So, and I mean talking to devs. Don't talk to devs on a basis like I used to, but um, there's always internal stuff going on in within game development. There's always going to be clashes. I mean, that happens at everybody's job. I mean, so on that is like, you know, when he's talking about dignity, ethics, and values, I don't know what that means. And something and like you're saying, Big Bad Mo, there's always something negative that comes out when the roof falls out, right? Yeah, and this to me is this is where and there's another element to it because I'm like I said, when you go and look at shit on Twitter, it always turns into one certain thing, right? But what this is okay. So let's just get this out here, right? Regardless of what you feel about Halo Infinite, regardless of what you felt about Halo 5, regardless of what you felt about Halo 4. I mean, this man's been, I mean, and regardless of what you feel about Halo, all the Halos, let's just put it right there. I mean, the man worked at Bungie and worked until just here recently, right? So he's been there from the whole time. So I don't know when it comes to the part where he says dignity, ethics, and values. I don't know, but I do know just a year or two ago, there was former people who got laid off once they started doing their first parts of layoffs at 343. Or there were people that were really upset because of the art direction of Halo Infinite. And actually not the art direction, but the it was the art direction and also the movement. So I wonder if it's talking about the dignity of that because of the old school way Halo used to be. Because you guys know how I feel about that. Stop it. Halo is too goddamn old. We can't go back to a Halo that doesn't have run or clamor if you want that franchise to succeed. But it also can mean something else. It could also be a lot deeper because those words right there, we talk about values and ethics and anyway, I don't know. I am looking forward to seeing what his what this guy's information is going to be when he drops it next year. And it also sounds like another person that's upset, but I do know this. One of the reasons that other devs were upset is and they got let go because the main guy who worked on that engine for Halo Infinite left. He said, "I'm out. I'm gone." He left everybody high and dry to keep working and continue to work on that engine. And then Xbox, so then the new heads of Halo Studios, or at that time 343, were basically saying, "Look, man, we gotta have," and this is where this is eternal stuff. And I was hearing this in the background, in the back channels, and they were like, they're going to change Halo to Unreal Engine 5. They're going to get away from the Slip Space engine, and they're going to go straight to Halo to Unreal 5 because the head guy left. They're left with this, and on top of all that, Halo Infinite isn't doing what was expected. Absolutely, Fahim. When it rains, it pours. And absolutely, Big Bad Mo. I want my multiplayer Spartan. And also, you're right, hashtag Chief needs to retire. Okay. Uh, uh, I What I'm not understanding, and so with that, that's going to leave a lot of people pissed off because if you had a One Direction, the hard work that these people put in for the but if you're working on the Slip Space engine, you're masters of the Slip Space engine, and you don't really want to work on Unreal, or you're not familiar with Unreal. I don't know Unreal's supposed to be. Listen, at that part, that would have to be a developer that would have to explain that part. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't like Unreal. I don't know. Maybe that could be conflict of interest of let's just still keep the Slip Space engine. I mean, because once you see Halo Infinite, now since you got all the updates, it's a beautiful game. The engine is impressive. I think what holds Halo Infinite back is having that old ass look. You know what I'm saying? That old ass aesthetic. Like, I mean, could you imagine what Halo Infinite would look like with Halo 4's aesthetic or Halo 5's aesthetic? Oh my God. But they got that old ass aesthetic and it still looks great. It's just, So if you got this going on with Unreal Engine, because when everybody's seen the model of Master Chief in Unreal Engine 5, everybody was like, whoa. And so that was it. Big Mamo says, Pragmatic Eagle says it's all the time. A Spartan creator fire. The campaign should be great and could save Halo. A Spartan creator, yeah. Listen, I said this. I said this years ago as well. I don't know if you remember that or if you was when I brought that up, but that's exactly what will save Halo is a Spartan creator system. It is simple as hell. That alleviates all that crazy shit about who you're playing with. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people that really gets crazy about, I got to play with Chief or I can't play with anybody else. And that's what's hurting Halo. That's what hurt Halo. I mean, Halo is such a unique and it still is a top-notch shooter. But what's got it stagnant is that because you got this same group of people that's saying, I just want Chief and that's it. Nothing that's out there keeps the same thing. There always is something else. Only thing that does that is Mario, and Mario even makes changes. Mario usually have partners or something else that hops alone and comes with him on a Mario game. It's not always just Mario. So why is it that you always want to play as Chief? It's asinine. So yes, having a Spartan creator system, just like you would do in Mass Effect or any other game that has that type of ability, create your Spartan. You're going to care about that Spartan story, and then you can have Chief in there. You can have Locke. You can have Team. You can have I should say Team Osiris. You would have Blue Team. You would have, Team Shadow. All these other entities, like to build around the story, around your story, your new path. Like, I mean, I'm cool if you're going to do a remake, but please, let's not start this story all over again, because this is also what's going to hurt. If you remake this story, then you're going to have to change something to make the story feel fresh and new, like Final Fantasy VII Remake had to do. And what that's going to cause is a more uproar, because then that's not my Halo, that's not my this, that's not my that, because it's changed. And that to me is the biggest problem. You got to stop listening to the community on that end. Listen to the community about how the game works, desync issues, vehicles, stuff like that. Maybe bring this type of Spartan design or something like that. But when it comes to story mode, no, just do what you do. Work it and work it right, because I guarantee you this remake could be insanely good. Now, if it follows the Halo 1 to the T, it just looks better. That lets me know that they're just doing this for fan service just to have an older Halo. I mean, just to do it if it's following exactly like the first one. But if it's off in some kind of way, it's going to piss off that community again. And like I said, I'm definitely a part. I'm a Halo. I love Halo. Halo is one of my favorite franchises. But I have given up on listening to people that aren't rationalizing that Halo needs to grow, and Halo does not need to be the same every game. Another thing too that Halo should also do is, I should say Halo Studios should do. I mean, I'm just a content creator, but I'm just saying, as a person that plays the games, and play multiple other shooters, it would be great to go the same route as what Warhammer does, or what Call of Duty does. Is every couple of years bring a different version of Halo. And there's been other people that's brought this suggestion up as well. It's just like, but man, like Treyarch is over here working on Call of Duty right now, on Black Ops 7, right? And I forgot who was the last one that worked on Black Ops 6, right? But just come out and listen. You know me, I'm definitely going to want to, but I'm just talking about on the multiplayer side of it, not story. But I mean, you can do stories as well, but I'm just talking about on the multiplayer side of it. Start off with a Halo Infinite type, multiplayer. 2 years from now, have another team work on the old style, the old style, the old school way, and then have them, and then in another 2 years after that or so, or another year after that or so, bring the Halo 5 or the Halo and the Halo 4. Bring the Halo 4. I don't know if how many people will really like the Halo 4, but Halo 4 was not bad. The multiplayer was not bad. It was very Call of Duty-ish, but still it was still Halo. But I mean, you can bring all of that back, so you can alleviate all those troubles. I know that seems like, that's probably a lot of work, you know what I mean? But that's the only way that it's going to work for Halo, in my opinion, in that sense. Or just do what you want to do. Can't listen to the community like that no more, because they're tearing the game apart. They're shredding it. They're stopping its growth by always asking for something for that depth. I mean, we're talking about something that came out 25 years ago? 24 years ago? Are you kidding me? You want gameplay that was 24 years ago? No, I don't. You've gone back and played some of those old classics. I have. And some of them, they might look good. Like I've seen some clips of somebody posting Halo 3. Game looked fantastic. I don't want to go back to that slow ass movement. Well, just speed walk them. You're a super soldier, bro. What super soldier that don't sit there and these are the same people that will ask for Master Chief or any other Spartan to not climb, jump, run, spin, kick. But then they'll watch animes where they'll see mechs going crazy, going ham like a motherfucker, and sitting there telling me, "Oh, that's dope." But then yet you want Master Chief to sit there and to look like that? I mean, to just play like something from 24 years ago? Absolutely not. So anyway, okay, so Ocular fan. Okay, so why should Pierre Hines, is that how you say his name? Because I'm going to read these names. Why does he need to go? That part, it's a never-ending cycle. It is, Big Bad Mo. It's a never-ending cycle. Thank you so much, Pixel. I ain't seen you in a minute. What's up, Pixel? Pixel Bit? He said, thank you for the super chat. He says, where's my third-person action starting Sergeant Johnson? Bro, that's what I'm talking about. They could do so much with that franchise. I don't know why they're still stuck in this bullshit past. And this is another thing is why I think that a lot of these people got moved out, because like I said, a couple of years ago, there were some people that were formerly part of 343, and they were mad because because Halo Infinite had running and clamoring. That you can't work with somebody that is like that. You can't. Are you kidding me? You can't. You can sit there, you can try to, and I mean, you can tell that they have tried to, but they ruined one of the best multiplayers that was ever made in Halo 5. They ruined it. Ruined it so much so that they didn't even put Warzone. I mean, even the people that don't like Halo 5 loved Warzone. And you can't even get that because you had groups of people telling you that's not Halo? That's so much Halo. That was original as hell. Like, I mean, in the sense of for console gamers, I mean, shit, I ain't seen nothing like that before at that time when Halo 5 came out. I mean, it definitely probably would have been a PC game or something like that. But what are you kidding me? The co-op aspect of it, and then you had the PvP, the PvE all at the same time. Are you tripping? You think he's Bonnie Ross 2.0? I love Bonnie Ross. I thought Bonnie Ross was great for Halo. I mean, listen, what I don't want is for them to do this remake and then they're going to get drugged. They're going to get drugged. If they make this remake and that's their future of rebooting the whole franchise, you know what that means. I'm repeating it one more time. They're going to have to make changes throughout the story, and they might be dope ass changes, right? They might sit there and do some kind of, take you to different parts where like Halo 1 couldn't even take you. But there's going to be those that's going to not like it. It's not Halo. It's not the Halo 1 that I wanted. Well, oh my God, you're going to get that. So I just hope it's just a one thing. Like they'll just, just make, just want to show off what Halo looks like under Unreal Engine 5. And it plays just like the original Halo 1, and then you keep it pushing. Other than just, but I mean, I'm hearing that there's gonna be running and clamoring in there, so you're gonna have people bitch about that. So I don't know. Pixel said Halo has a stupid number of dope characters that could drive this. Can't be serious with how lax they are. I can think of 5 genres you can do with Halo, and it would be nothing. Give them an ODST RPG, brother. I know, brother. You got Halo Wars. That is fantastic. You have you would have like the if you want to do the Locke story or Team Shadow story or something that has to do with Oni, right? You can have your over the shoulder shooter like that plays like the Warhammer game. I can't think of the name of that game right now. Really popular. Space Marines 2. You can have that type of game. You can have your RPG. You can still have your traditional way of Halo, and you can even do it. And if you want to, you can even do an old Halo without the clamor and all that. You can do it all. Hell, you can just like what Warhammer does, you can even make a damn Halo Twisted Metal type game. I mean, Warhammer got a Twisted Metal like game. What is it called? Speed Runners or something like that? Speed something? Like you can do so much with Halo. And just being stuck on listening to the same old tired shit, I gotta have Chief. Okay. And that's why I said the best way to get rid of that dumbass narrative where you just want to have the same character over and over and over again without any assistance or anything else is to make your own have the characters make their own Spartan. That's it. That solves the problem 100%. 100%. That solves the problem. So so anyway, one of the reasons why it's this, and I'm saying I was going to reading the comments and it was really tripping me out. So the first thing they were showing, oh, it's DEI. It's got something to do with DEI. And so they show a picture of this black woman. And she and I don't know if that's her background or not, but she has a picture of the rainbow flag, and all of a sudden it's her fault. It's her fault. And I'm like, what? It's her fault. What's her name? Let me go to it. When I was reading the comments, and I'm just like, what? Yeah, her name is Melissa Boone. But then she just left. But they're blaming it on her. Like that's what I'm saying. And didn't I just read this report that's saying that she just left not too long ago? So they said wasn't she the one that just left? Yeah, yeah. So Glenn Israel and Chief of Staff Melissa Boone, they both claim that there was the culture, but the people on the chat, they're so dumb, they over here blaming her for it, and she's gone. Yeah, she's a staff of she was the staff of chief of staff for HR or whatever. So they got rid of her, and there's people in the chat that's blaming her. What? But yet you ain't talking about the other people that's there that are white people. You got Brian Kowski. He's the general manager. And you got the business heads of operations, which is Elizabeth Van Dyke. I think that's how you say her name. Like, I mean, she's a white lady. But why is it that? I don't know. Regardless, I don't know. I don't care. I just think that people just and then when I go and then I click on something else, is all these videos. Halo's gone woke. Halo's gone this. Not even reading what's woman. The woman is gone. It's not her. It's got nothing. It's all the sweet baby ink shit and all that weird garbage. Stop listening to these people, please. It's the same reason why when I get to the last topic, when we're talking about Assassin's Creed, it's the same reason why we're going through this garbage. It makes no sense whatsoever. If Halo's going through this type of situation, it's because the community is trying to twist it from 3, 4, 5 different directions. You know what? And this is a point right here that it hits me serious, like really hard, gaming wise. I was adamant about God of War, adamant that I could the new God of War. I should say 2018 God of War. I'm like, oh my God, what? I'm sitting here at this time in the DM with PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo guys, and we're seeing, and they're showing a private clip of Kratos fighting a dragon, and the clip was he jumps in his mouth, and I'm over here looking. I'm like, oh, okay, let's see what this is, because I mean the game looked great. I'm just looking at like, okay, so how Kratos is going to take care of business, right? And he's punching the damn dragon in the throat, and I'm like, oh hell no, old Kratos from 1 through 4, he's going to cut the top of the mouth because he jabbed him, but then he's punching him in the top of the roof of the mouth, and I'm like, bro, what? And instead, but the old Kratos, and everybody knows this, would have grabbed that axe, cut from the top of the mouth and went in that damn thing dragon's throat and came out of the chest cavity with his heart and bust his heart open. That's the old Kratos. Like, so when I saw that, and that was, like I said, it was just a little small clip. It wasn't the whole thing of what actually happened, because he did get brutal on that dragon. But anyway, my whole point was that, and I was like, oh man, no, it ain't my Kratos, it ain't my God of War. I ain't interested. I'm not getting it. Hell with it. And I was standing on business with that. And lo and behold, Sin Vendetta gifted me a copy of it. And he's like, man, just play it and beat it. And I was like, okay, all right, I'll give it a shot. And I streamed it like twice, but I showed a lot of gameplay clips. I mean, people know that, there was a lot of people lying saying I didn't beat it or whatever at that time, whatever. Went through it, played it, and I had to come and make a video saying I was absolutely wrong. I was wrong. God damn. That damn God of War 2018 was solid. Now, is it do I still like God of War, the previous God of Wars better? Yes, I do. God of War Ragnarok, I'll find out. I played it. It's not. I'm not flowing with it, but that's just probably because I'll just go and playing a lot of different games, and I need to just let it sit and then take my time with God of War Ragnarok. But 2018, I had to come out and just be real about it, say, yo, no, I was wrong. 2018 God of War was legit. It was great. It was really damn good. Really good. And that's how the Halo community has got to be set. You can't keep saying my chief, my this, my that over and over and over and over and over again, because what you're doing is you got all these people that will talk about creative freedom. Yes, Pixel. God of War 3 was peak. And that's what and that's what I'm saying. Like God of War 3 alone is better than any God of War out there. And see, I didn't even ever finish beating Ascension because I was listening back then word of mouth because they talked how bad it was. And I remember I had it and I played it and I was like, oh man, this don't seem too bad. But anyway, I traded it in at GameStop for a sports game. I remember it. And now I got to go back and I got to buy it so I can, because I never went back and bought it. So I got to go get it again. So I can play it. Because then, you come back and you say, because I was taking people's word for it at that time. I don't know more. But but God of War 3 was peak. And so I'm just like, it wasn't, God of War 2018 wasn't peak like that, but it was damn good. And I had to eat crow. I had to say I was wrong. And thanks to Sin Vendetta for hooking me up and making me see the light. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what has to happen for the Halo community. You have to see the light. You can't just keep acting like, I'm not going to call y'all babies, but I am going to say acting very, very, very selfishly about the growth of this franchise. You're killing the franchise, in my opinion. So he says, what were your thoughts on Xbox Next Gen? It's, oh no, that was okay. Let's see. What was my thoughts about? I mean, before I get out of here, I'll read you the. Well, I guess no. It sounds really good. It sounds really good. It sounds epic. It did say that in that it's another one of these insiders. So take that with a grain of salt. That is going to be over $800. It sounds really beefy, but I don't know. But back to my point. I just think that the Halo community has to figure it out, man. You know what I mean? They have to sit here and let these developers cook, because Halo is, like you said, Pixel, Halo has have too many great characters. Their story, like they don't want the game to breathe, and it just baffles me. So that's the only solution, is to have the option to create your own Spartan, and it's his story. It's his or her story. And that would be perfect, because then you would want to be, you would care more about that character, even though, and then when you have those moments where you around Chief and you're fighting with Chief and stuff. Now, to me, I feel like that would be more special than just keep making games with Chief being the person. And then if you want to eventually go back and do something with Chief, it won't seem so stale. But if you keep on bringing Master Chief over and over and over, and then just kind of, it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. It just isn't going to work, in my opinion. It just isn't going to work. Let's see. But God of War did have some pushback. One of the good goddesses was black, and the stands. And the stands had a couple of meltdowns. Yeah, no. You're right. And I see. I haven't got that far in Ragnarok. Yeah, I did see that where they jumped on one of the giants or whatever, and she was black, and yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, those people don't need to be listened to, because they're not. A lot of them are not real gamers. And if they are gamers, they're selfish. They're selfish. And I couldn't listen to somebody's content that's only talking about, you got to like what I just like. I can never sit here and give you content to tell you that I got to have a Halo 5 on every Halo. Every Halo game coming forth, it's got to play just like Halo 5. Absolutely not. I would like you to implement those things. But that's what Forge is for, right? But then you don't. But they don't even put that in there, which is crazy. Which now I haven't gone to Forge in a long time. Like I said, I ain't played Halo Infinite in a minute, and I got to play. I said I was gonna play it this week, so I will. But and they might have done the Lord's work. But yeah, that's the only way. That's the only way. So we'll find out. This whole situation about dignity, ethics, and all that, I don't know. It could be a reverse thing. Maybe they fired those, or maybe they fired Melissa Boom in Israel because they might be LGBTQ people. Maybe that's where his stance was. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. And because of the whole thing that's going on, right, which is going to segue me to this situation with Ubisoft canceling Assassin's Creed Scarlet. So I have no idea. We'll find out. But I just want the best Halo that they can make. Because all this other shit that they're doing, I keep trying to do something to appease one part of the community isn't working. Because those people abandoned Infinite. Infinite didn't do better than Halo 5. And again, Halo Infinite had all the potential in the world because Halo Infinite is not a bad game. There's not been one bad Halo game. Even the little twin shooter games aren't bad. Like they're not the best, but they're not bad. There's nothing that's came out that has the Halo name on it is bad. Hell, even the arcade game is fun. So I mean, anything with the Halo name on it has been great. It's been from that ain't bad to absolutely peak excellence. So I trust the studio because they have not failed me when it comes to solid gameplay, for giving me a quality product from Halo 1 through Halo Infinite. But I can't, going back to playing the Master Chief Collection a few years back and going back and playing ODST, and you telling me I need to get back to that type of gameplay loop? Are you kidding me? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'll play this. I'll play the single player and figure out what you're doing with the story. And if some people want to play some multiplayer on it every once in a while, you'll find I'll do that, for a community thing. And then I'm going right back to everything else. Because it ain't no way I'm going back to that old style. It's boring. It's not even fun. It used to be fantastic. It ain't fun like that no more. Not for me. So, and I'm not, like I said, what I would like is to give everybody a little bit of something that of all the multiplayers. That's what I think that they should do, in my opinion. But anyway, let's get to the last time. An early 2026 release date for the next gen console. Nope, it said 2027 from what I read. Okay, so I'll read it again. Or did I erase it? Nope, I didn't erase it. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, dang it. Hold on. Yep. Okay. All right, so I'll read it again. It says, okay, the largest APU. Okay, so it says next gen details leaked for 2027 release, AMD Magnus APU. The largest APU ever used in a console with a 408 MM2 chip and two chiplets, interconnected small chips, CPU and AMD Zen 6 Acuculture, GPU and RDNA 5 Acuculture, and 264 MM2 chiplets shared with future desktop products, graphics cards. I get the graphics cards. I was like, yeah, okay. Up to 48 gigabyte of GDDR7 memory, which I do know that because of, you having to put your memory in for your PC. But And then like when you're doing, when I see the chip, I'm putting the chip in. I don't know how many threads and all that. I read it on the box. I'm like, okay, is it going to do this, that, and the third? That's it. But anyway, including the integrated MPU with 110 tops. I think that meant flops of power. Focused on accelerating AI tasks, expected release in 2027, and could result in a console priced over $800. And it says Microsoft's strategy is to position the new Xbox as a hybrid of console and PC, capable of running a version of Windows and challenging the PC market space. That's what it says. Okay, now let's get back to business. All right, let's get back to the last topic. Okay, so Ubisoft canceled this game, this Assassin's Creed. It was expected to be released. I think it was in 2027 or 2028. Let's go back to it. Okay, so it was project known as codename Scarlet. It featured a black assassin, a former slave who returned to the South to confront the rise of the Ku Klux Klan. It was planned to be the next mainline RPG in the franchise, releasing in fiscal year 2028 around October 2027. The game was in development at Ubisoft Quebec, led by game director Scott Phillips, who previously worked on Assassin's Creed Syndicate and Odyssey. Oh my God. See, I didn't read that part. Okay, anyway. Setting the American Civil War and more, and the Reconstruction period that followed in the 1860s and the 1870s, so Reconstruction. All right. Development was reportedly canceled due to the backlash surrounding Shadow's Yasuke and the political climate in the United States at the time, which we're still going through. GameFile, the source was from GameFile and it's Insider Gaming. Man, I'm tell you what, and I've said this quite a few times and I'll say it again. You may not like politics and you may not want that in your life, but politics is in your life every day. I am impressed with the community that are upset about this game not being that's not being made. I'm actually shocked, especially seeing as many people on Twitter that's out there that's like, yo, that's bullshit. This game should be coming out. This sounds insanely good. This sounds great. We have the same people out here that will tell you that we have to have freedom of opinions and freedom of speech and all that. But then they're gleefully over here saying, and gleefully wanting games like this to be canceled because they don't want you to know about. I guess they feel that they don't want you to know about the history of the Civil War, about slavery and things like that. It's no different than what's going on in the president's trying to take stuff out of the Smithsonian or he has take stuff out of the Smithsonian that's talking about slavery and took down a picture, this famous picture of this former slave who had all these whip marks on his back because it's not painting America in a great picture. Listen, man, when we start getting creative freedom taken away, it's telling you something that like what I know that a lot of people don't want to listen to or fear, but we have to confront this and realistically. This isn't cool. This isn't like they're halting creativity. This is what I love Ubisoft for. Oh, okay, Jazzy Noob, thank you so much. He says TOPS is a different measurement for neutral network operations. Okay, thank you for clarifying that because I never heard TOPS. So now we have flops, we have T-flops, and now we got TOPS. I ain't never heard any of that. Anyway, but I am proud of a lot of people in the community that's upset about this, because even one person made a great point about this, was saying, look, if let's say that they're, because I didn't know if this game was going to be made, was previously looked at to be made, and then they canceled it, or if it was announced, since I'm reading about this game was going to come out in 2027, 2028. Then this was the next game that they were working on. Like they were like, all right, we got Shadows, and now we're finna go here and all that. And so, but anyway, if let's say when Django came out, and then you had this Assassin's Creed, that game would have cooked. But this is a different climate now that we're in. We got people that don't want certain people or gamers to enjoy creativity of all different types of sorts. They just want you to like only one thing. It's bananas. Like, I can't believe that because of the pushback over games like Veilguard and Dragon Age Veilguard, and also Assassin's Creed, which I'm glad Assassin's Creed sold very well. Once people played it, they enjoyed it, they liked it. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought, I call myself playing, now more at the end, I played more of Yasuke, but in the beginning, I was playing more with Nuori, because the game, I was love playing the game like Tenchu. But then when the story started developing more and things of that nature, I was like, oh yeah, it makes more sense for me to play as Yasuke in certain categories, especially dealing with the Portuguese and what they were doing and all that storyline, all that. But I mean, it was great concept. It was a great game. The Assassin's Creed games, to me, has been absolutely stellar. After stellar, and like I told y'all before, I never played the first 3, so I never got to play. I have it, but I never got to play with the Native American Assassin's Creed. And so what you're telling me is that since this Assassin's Creed got canceled, that game, Assassin's Creed 3, would be canceled now because of the climate where we're at, because of the stuff that's happening in the United States. And there's a lot of people that's beaten 3 and said, man, 3 was great. It was great when you're taking out the redcoats, but no, that's not appropriate now. And for people that's saying, well, I mean, I don't like Assassin's Creed anyway, it's gonna affect you in some way, shape, or form for a game that you like. Trust me, for you people out there that loves those those games with a lot of TNA, if these people get what they want, they're going to take those games away from you too. Trust and believe. Censorship is going to not only just affect you with something like that, it's already affected. Just look what happened with Steam. Like, for people who like those adult games, how are you going to tell adults that, what I'm saying? I can understand if children is playing those games, but what are you going to tell adults? You can't buy this game here. And Steam is just going along with it because Steam is just like, man, look, I ain't trying to be bothered with the hassle. And that to me is where, and do I agree with Steam? Absolutely not. You should stand on business. You're supposed to be a platform to where you are a free enterprise to play whatever and however you want to. But no, that big money, when that money get threatened, boy, a lot of these companies and big corporations, man, they shake and bake their ass out the way, man. Nah, I don't want no trouble. And can we support? I mean, do we want to keep continuing supporting things like that? So listen, for what Ubisoft has done on this, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with their next Assassin's Creed, because I like the Assassin's Creed games. But if they try to cater and make something completely different that's not on the same wavelength of what they've been doing, then I'm gonna have to look at Ubisoft completely different, because this is bullshit. This isn't good. This isn't cool. I mean, we should never, any of us, it doesn't matter what it don't matter what it is. There should not be one a group of people that a lot of them not even real gamers to dictate how we are supposed to play games when we always talk about we want creative freedom, we want these developers to cook, we want this type of stuff here and there, and you're telling me that we can't make this game because we got such big backlash because we made a black man in Japan, which is a true person. That was just too much for them, and we can't allow it. Yeah, man, no, Ubisoft will look at you real different. You know what I'm saying? Big Man Mo says, he said they want to cover up history. Yeah, absolutely. I want Assassin's Creed to be in Babylon. Well, they did do Assassin's Creed in Babylon. Wasn't the one that brought back the old school with Basim? Wasn't that in Babylon? Or am I wrong about that? Anyway, let me know. People are trying to forget the Templars is the bad guys in Assassin's Creed. Yes. Yes. You need to play Assassin's Creed with Connor, the Native American. In my opinion, it's the best Assassin's Creed I've ever played. I will play it. I will definitely play it. I know. I started it, but I never got a chance because I got it. I got it on PC. Was on sale, and matter of fact, I think I have. I bought the Assassin's Creed pack on Xbox, so I got all of them. So anyway, but yeah, but I had to, I didn't like Assassin's 1. It was too slow. And I never played 2, and I've only started 3. Never, and when I say start, I booted it up, went through the cave, came out the cave, and then I take a boat, and then that's it. And then hold on for a second, let me see something. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Okay. I was the thing. I didn't want to lock nobody out because I locked somebody out yesterday. Anyway, so I didn't want to, but so yeah, and I got Liberation. I got all those. Now I played Liberation. Oh, not Liberation. Which one? It's the 2D ones. I got, like I said, I got all of the Assassin's Creed, but I didn't really start Assassin's Creed until Syndicate. And that's why when they said it was made by the same person who made Syndicate and Odyssey, pure, the dude that does cinema, well, they're pure gaming enjoyment. And I'm like, okay, all right, hold on. These Assassin's Creed ain't too bad. And then they did Odyssey, and then, and after that, I've been an Assassin's Creed fan. So much so I went backwards and I played the one where he's in France with Napoleon in it. And I was like, oh my God, this is great. I'm like, I'm tripping. I need to go back and play them more. So that's when I bought the rest of them. And I'm like, and I said I would always go back and I'll play all of them. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try it. And again, and I haven't beat Black Flag too, but I've heard Black Flag is the best one. So I don't know. So like I said, Syndicate was the first one I really got into, played and beat, and then after that, I played and beat every other Assassin's Creed after that. So, so yeah, for this. This is what Ubisoft. This is what I love Ubisoft for, is to taking games and doing this. Other thing about, I understand that Ubisoft needs to make a Splinter Cell game, and I think that they're doing a remake or whatever. But the one thing that I've always loved about Ubisoft is that they always took chances with their games, and for them to back off of this it's not a good look, man. It's really not a good look, and it just shows that these corporations. They don't give a damn about creativity because they care about that money more. And yeah, listen, let me tell you. Now I think Take-Two it may be immune. I think Take-Two might be immune, but in this climate right now, I don't know. Because we wouldn't have got the play of taking out the KKK in Red Dead Redemption 2. Man, I tortured them, dude. Man, I had the absolute joyful glee taking them fools out. Oh my God. You mean, as I'm saying, like, but in this type of climate right now, for what we're seeing, so many of these companies buckle to this bullshit right now. They're basically, you know what I'm saying? Like, they would tell you to take that out. You can't do that. But I want to still hold hope and say that Take Two is not gonna fall for that rope a dope, and they're gonna just do what they want to do because they're that big. So it's upsetting. It is very upsetting. And then also, it's just like for what you're saying, Cyber Gunner, is that Assassin's Creed 3 is one of the best, or is the best Assassin's Creed for you, or just maybe period. Which now you got me excited for it. That wouldn't be allowed today. It's crazy. So so I don't know, man. I don't know. Curie, what's up? What's up, young lady? She said, is anyone else noticing more and more 360 titles aren't purchasable anymore? I just went to check Assassin's Creed Liberation and you can't buy it. No, yeah. No, the 360 store is closed on the 360. That's why I went on that crazy gaming spree to get as many 360 games as I could digital, and now just because sometimes people like to pump up the prices. Now, I mean, prices has gone down a little bit for the hard copies, but like, man, like I had to scrape and find just to get the Wolverine game. Man, they were charging like $120 for Wolverine. I finally found one for like 65 bucks. Like I'm talking about, yeah. So yeah, some of the games now has gone down. When you want to go on eBay and other places like that to get hard copy games. But yeah, when they had a sale, I went crazy. I started buying all types of digital games before that store closed down. So yeah, no, that could be another thing too of why Assassin's Creed Liberation you can't buy it. I don't know. I know I have it, but I just haven't. I haven't even got that far in Black Flag to even play the DLC. So I don't know, but it is weird. But yeah, there's more and more 360 games. I mean, I don't know about what's going on with PlayStation on that end either, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Black Flag is fire. Then the DLC is about a Haitian slave. Yeah, I knew what it was about. That's why I bought it. But yeah, that's why I bought it. And I was like, oh my goodness. So just hearing about this game right here, hearing about Project Scarlet, it would have been so great. And then that's the beautiful thing about Assassin's Creed. It's not about, you know what I'm saying? It's about all these people going through all these times. And that's why I loved about Shadows. You now have a Chinese you have a Chinese assassin, and you also but there was more of them, right? Like I mean, you just plot with the story, and then you have Yasuke, so you have a black guy, so you know what I'm saying, an African. Why we can't have an African American? Like, and maybe somebody will say, well, it can be African American, but it can't be in that time. Why not? That was a turbulent and one of the worst times in American history. That's where you should have an assassin to stop the Templars. And like I said, if you play Assassin's Creed, it touches on slavery as well, and that torture on top of what you had to understand about like the Chinese culture or the Japanese culture. And what was going on with that, because there was also all different types of betrayal and things like that. Like the story is great. It's good. It's so good. I knew it. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Ubisoft cooked with the Assassin's Creed, but I've always been a fan of Ubisoft game because they take chances. And if they go this route and start catering to this, then like I said, I have to step away. I got to start thinking with my wallet, and that when it comes to stuff like that. So if we find out more games that are in development that are doing this and backing off because of what the climate is right here and now in the United States, then just like with Target, nope, you can show as many black folk on your commercials now all you want to. I'm not ever going back into Target. You know what I'm saying? Some things we just can't we can't avoid, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, we gotta deal with Amazon and stuff like that, but. No. Legacy media? Nope. Channel 9, you know what I'm saying? Other than the local news, that's about it. I don't watch Channel 9, Channel 5, Channel 4, like well, CBS, NBC News, and what I don't watch that. You complicit. You ain't telling the whole truth of what's going on in this country. So that's the whole thing that's it is very political. And it's motivated and it's pushed and motivated to get people to forget about things, but also take away creativity. And like I said, you may not care about that for this particular game, but there will be games, like I said, you're saying your Stellar Blade. Don't think they ain't gonna come for that. You think they ain't gonna come for that? You don't think that they ain't gonna push and sit there and tell it, because again, they'll still make those games here for everybody else across the world. But then if if the United States sit there and say, "Yeah, no, man, no, we that's not Christian enough. That's not godlike." I mean, it ain't gonna just stop there. They're already sitting there telling people like, man, listen, gamer, 30-something-year-old, they just sit there and do this and that and all these regulations and all that. Like, I mean, hell, they're already doing stuff with porn and everything else. Like, it's nuts, man. So you better start paying attention. Because like I said, it's not going to just hit just somebody who wants to play a game like that. It's going to affect us in all different ways, shape, or form, man, if we allow people to sit here and try to take away what are supposed to be our freedoms or people's creativity. All right. So I never saw a Canadian, Mexican, or European COD 3 be a good game. What? What is that? He said a Canadian, Mexican, or European COD 3 be a good game. I don't know what that means. I do not know what that means. He says, "Where's my Raymond for?" I mean, I don't know. Ubisoft is. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I like Raymond too. Raymond should get a pass, right? Or they gonna say that looks too suspicious. Oh, Raichi said Assassin's. Okay, so I'm hearing other people talk about that. Say that it's good. Raichi says Assassin's Creed isn't a good game. So again, I don't know if it's a good game or if it's not a good game. I haven't beat it. I've only played. I just barely played it, but I will give it a shot, and then I'll make my determination then. But I also wouldn't want people to sit here and not to have an opportunity to play Assassin's Creed 3. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's pretty sad stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. It was great. You know what I'm saying? Raichi says only Americans call it a good game. Well, I mean, listen, you might be right. You might be right. You know what I mean? But that was a period in time that happened. So I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if you don't like it and you're not from the United States, if you're from Europe, then listen. If you're from the UK or whatever, listen. I guess you could look at that from a different perspective. I don't know. I never really thought of it that way. I just know from just the way, but it's, you know what I'm saying? But it's the story good, it's the combat good, it's all that good in the game. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That's what I care about. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what kind of story you make. I mean, even if, and this is vice versa. Even if they were making you making a game that was blatantly racist, would I like it? No. But would I sit there and I tell the developers that they need to take it away? No, I wouldn't. That's taking away somebody's creative freedoms. I got the choice not to buy it. I'm not going to sit here and make videos and say, listen, you should, you know what I'm saying? These games need to go away because it's blatantly racist. Because whose form of race? I mean, like when you're talking about racism now, because people are so loosey-goosey with what racism is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if you're just saying like, okay, so it's this game is predominantly got a bunch of people of color that they're gangsters, and then you just as a white cop and he sits there and he's shooting the gangsters. Well, I mean, Yeah, that's a little odd. I would be like, damn, where's the white thugs? You know what I'm saying? But then it'd be my opinion to do it this way. I'm not buying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that game is dope. I bet it is. I'm not messing with it. You know what I'm saying? But it might be, and if it's something that I don't find to be offensive, then I'm like, I'll buy it. But I'm not going to sit here and jump on a soapbox and act like other gamers that those developers didn't have a right to make whatever type of game that they made. You know what I mean? Because like there was a game called Hatred. That's a violent, dark game. It is very violent and dark. But I caught myself playing it because I'm over here like, yo, this is crazy. And there was a lot of people that were sitting there saying it was disgusting and things like that. And it was very violent. And I could see how people could look at it being disgusting because if you looked up what hatred was, you just pretty much, you're just butchering people, just innocent people. It's a wild game. Like he he just goes psychotic. He puts on a black jacket, gun, and he's going through it. And he's going through people's houses, going through neighborhoods, lighting them up. Very, very, very dark game. And would I recommend for your child or anybody play? Absolutely not. Anybody that may have some mental issues, no, don't probably need to play that. But if you know what I'm saying, but to tell the developer not to make that game, I mean, that's the thing to me is right there. And I don't know. I think maybe Steam took that off because of the backlash from it. But I mean, Steam that game was on Steam. But Steam won't let people buy adult games? I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of crazy. But appreciate you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you for the for checking out. Please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, man, you like the content, man, do subscribe. You know what I'm saying? It is free. It doesn't charge, you don't have to pay me nothing. You know what I'm saying? It just helps out the channel. And also hit that like button, dislike button, and let me know in the comments what you think. I appreciate you guys. Hit me up in the comment section on all the platforms that I'm live on. I really do appreciate that. Also, don't forget to, if you want to check me out on a different platform, come and find me on TikTok. It's what is it? K-Mega 4? Oh man, I can't even remember what my TikTok is. I don't know. Anyway, I'll have to put it up there. Sapo said it's still there. So you're telling me that hatred is still there and it's okay, $6? Yeah, because I got it real cheap. I got it real cheap. So is hatred still there? A game where you can just light people up, innocents, just butchering innocents. I mean, like, and then the animations of the people, it's a top-down game. It's like Diablo or whatever, twin shooter game. And you're lighting people up, and the animations of the people running and crying and trying to get away from you. And there's some people trying to fight back, and then you lighten up the police, and that game's still on there. But then yet, people can't buy adult games because they may be a little bit horny. Come on, bro. Stop. Weird times, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, this Scarlet thing is crazy. But anyway, check out my stuff on TikTok, on Twitch. Also, I'm on Instagram too, so you can check me out on Instagram. Or if you want to check me out, if you haven't already, follow me on Twitter at KMega4. Yeah. So and GRG will be dropping here next week. So next Friday, the GRG podcast will be going live. I will probably stream tonight, so you'll get to see me again. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Peace. If I can find the button. Okay, I found it.